Well, Season 13 has ended and Season 14 has started. And with every new season, there comes a wave of terrible seasonal rewards, somehow worse server lag, a sense of false hope that this will finally be the season you rank up out of plat after being stuck for the past 10 seasons, and the return of the toxic players. Rocket League is home to many different kinds of toxic players. Some will get mad and they'll go AFK the entire game. Some will destroy the other team and still trash talk them. Some are more passive aggressive or only use quick chat to display their anger, and some will say it directly to your face. Well, directly in chat. If you play enough Rocket League, you're bound to run into a toxic player here and there. Sometimes you might have someone on the other team being toxic. Some games will have toxic teammates. Sometimes you'll have really nice teammates and really nice opponents, and games will go really well before you run into another toxic player. However, at the start of every new season, it seems that there's a wave of toxic players that come swarming back in to ruin everyone's fun. Now, you're probably a really wholesome player that uses the Merc, and you got a cute little propeller hat, and a really cool cuckoo clock antenna, and you could never hurt a fly. If this is you, good for you, sport. Now, I want you to picture yourself as the type of toxic player that never wants to look at your own mistakes. All of your teammates are garbage, and you think you're hot at Rocket League because you can score a ceiling shot, sort of. Well, eventually, your garbage teammates that are holding you back becomes a little bit too much to handle, and you're one game off from ranking up, but you just can't carry them hard enough. So, you uninstall and quit Rocket League. Then, a few months later, the mailman shows up at your door with a letter from Psyonix themselves. And the letter says that there's a new season of Rocket League starting, and you think it's your time for a fresh start. So you decide to reinstall Rocket League and go right into ranked. Now, you haven't played in a few months, so it's understandable that you might need some warming up. After all, the most important thing is that you're having fun. So after a little bit, you start getting back into the groove of things. Things are feeling good, you're scoring a few shots, and then your teammate whiffs the ball. How fucking dare they? Naturally, you do the most obvious and logical thing possible, and you decide to write them a strongly worded message about how terrible of a teammate they are, and how they don't belong in the rank that they're in, and how they should go jump off a cliff. You also include that they should bring their friend Cliff while they're at it. Now, you're only down by 1 goal, but they whiffed, so you let him have it. But now, let's rewind and just take some time to look at why your teammate got scored on. Sure, they might have not got the save, but technically, you were sitting at mid boost, not doing anything, so you're the main reason why the other team scored. And then you decided to take it out on your friendly teammate who was just trying their best. But on the bright side, you're still walking away with your dignity. It seems these toxic kind of players show up more than often at the start of new seasons, because they're coming back hoping for different results, but they're not wanting to change the cause of the problem, which is themselves. If you're one of these players that falls under this category, I understand that teammates can be tough to deal with sometimes. But maybe take a moment to be humble and realize you aren't that amazing just because you scored a ceiling shot one time. As you continue to get better at Rocket League, you will lose from time to time. Your teammates will whiff. It happens. So keep playing and don't quit halfway through a season just to come back to being rusty and toxic once again. For those of you that aren't like this, generally taking a break for a week or two at the start of every season will be enough time for those toxic players who haven't played in a while to quit once again. Otherwise, just ignore them and move on. Toxicity is something that's constant throughout Rocket League, but with a positive attitude and a good mindset, you'll be able to